Hello everybody, this is Yakes87 and welcome back to Daytona International Speedway. So, we are on the Moto circuit, which, those of you that are unfamiliar, this track is used by motocross? No, not motocross, but supercross, or I don't know. I forget what it is, but it's like motorcycle racing. I forget the name of it. I get them confused. Yeah, this track, it uses a significant portion of the infield track that the standard Daytona road course does not use. And you'll see what I mean as we complete the pace lap here, as we get things warmed up. Now, funny story, prior to this challenge, I had not even seen the Moto track. I had no idea what it looked like. I didn't know what the layout was. And I haven't really driven the Radical in a very long time. But as you can see, normally we would be going left. This time we are going to be going to the right to cut across the infield and then rejoin it, going back the other direction. But before we get to the International Horseshoe, we cut back to the left. We use this sharp corner, and we come back this way, back over to where we had cut across, and we kind of make our way towards the back stretch. We come this way, there's a gravel trap over here, we avoid that, we go to the left, and then we have this long launch pad onto the back straightaway here. Now this differs from the Daytona road course because that just comes back out onto the oval track where we first enter the infield and then proceeds all the way around the oval. This instead just kind of weaves its way through the infield, and then obviously on the back, just to cut down on speeds, we go through the inner loop here on the back stretch. That's identical to the Daytona road course, and then we proceed through NASCAR turn 3 and 4 to the start-finish line where we make the same entry into the track that they make in the Rolex 24 on the main road course. So this will be a really fun challenge. This is going to be another one of those long ones, so we're diving back into the long road course challenges after some relatively quick oval track racing, some dirt track racing, and the rallycross racing as well. So this is going to be a very difficult challenge. It's going to be a very long challenge. This car is very, very difficult to drive. I did check fuel, loaded up on fuel. We're definitely still going to be needing to make a pit stop before this is all done. So this will be a one-stop Yakes87 event challenge. We haven't had one of those since we left Sebring, but without further ado, let's go green flag here at the Daytona International Speedway Moto track. As you see, we take the green flag and we come on down into the infield turn. We get slowed down just a little bit, and we make that left-hand turn, past the pit exit wall, down towards the second turn. So we go through this tight corner, accelerate, and we proceed as normal until we get to this point where we hit the brakes and we have to make a sharp right-hand turn, and then immediately followed by an abrupt left-hand turn. Then we go around the sweeping turn here to a left-hander, and then a quick right-hander, and then another left-hander, and then we launch. So it's not too complicated. It's definitely one of those tracks that at first glance I'm like, ooh, what is this track? I don't know where this goes, but really overdrove there, but that's okay. We're not looking for fast laps, we're looking for clean 87 laps. So. That being said, this is one of the tracks I was honestly really looking forward to on the tour because it's a familiar track to me, but it's also something I've never touched before, being the motocross track. And I feel like that's going to be the same thing at a lot of these NASCAR tracks that have like infield road courses or road course layouts that aren't really used a whole lot, like this one here. I don't know how a race would be on this track. That's still up in the air. But, I mean, so far I'm just trying to learn the track and get familiar with it, and I'm still not perfect yet. But, hey, maybe by the end of 87 laps, I could be. It's fun, though, because, like, it feels like I'm running Daytona Road, but then it's just this whole section here, which is different, is like, but wait, there's more. Which really, like, makes it kind of interesting. You may notice I'm not like driving as aggressively into like the braking zones or anything like that, just because, you know, this track has given me some challenges in practicing for it, and so I'm just trying to do my best to minimize mistakes, and then maybe later on in the challenge, after I've gotten a couple laps under my belt, a couple more laps I should say, and we're just kind of comfortable and confident, then we can start pushing the car a little bit more. Maybe after the first pit stop, try to get some, just to see how fast it'll go, and maybe just try to be a little bit more aggressive with my lap times to kind of cut back on some time. So, as far as the Radical goes, I bought this car, I can't even remember when I bought it. It was a while ago. I never really raced the car, but I did run a couple of practice sessions with it at just some random tracks, just to kind of feel it out. And it's definitely a car that, even though I haven't done a whole lot with it, I definitely had a little bit of fun wheeling this thing around. I think the first place I took the thing for a spin was Watkins Glen, and that was a lot of fun. That's a great road course. Can't wait for that one. I did not get a 2X, so we're good. We're good, guys. We're good. But that's one of the corners. I found, like, most of the times when I have issues with this car, it's from either like shifting too early or shifting too late or just doing some weird shifting. So for me, the biggest thing I'm going to be trying to work on from this lap forward to try to minimize mistakes is really pay attention to where I'm shifting, when I'm shifting, just to make sure I'm not over shifting or under shifting and causing problems like that. Hopefully we can keep that to the only mistake, and we'll just carry on because we got a long ways to go with this one. I did some math at about 1 minute and 45-second laps. We're looking at around 2.5 hours total for completion time for this 87 laps, so definitely going to take a while. So we shall see. Obviously, spinning out like that is not helpful for completing this in a timely manner. There's a couple of tracks that have Moto layouts, and those are going to be really interesting because they're usually really tight technical tracks, which kind of pose a lot of challenges. That's kind of why I picked this car, because I figured it would turn really well. And for a track like this that's like tight and technical, you definitely want something that's going to turn really well, so it's just a little bit smoother going through those tight sections like that, where you kind of like weave in and out. So I'm gonna complete this lap here. We'll have 4 laps completed at the Daytona Moto Course. I'll probably stay with you guys for the first 5 laps, and then take a break, and not really take a break, but you know, just kind of stop talking for a little bit, focus on the laps, maybe not talking. We'll kind of reduce some of the mistakes I've been running into. But, so that's a good lap. That's the lap. That's a lap that's right around where my initial calculations landed me. It was about 1 minute and 44 seconds. So. That kind of puts this track kind of on par with the Homestead course. Those are all about 2.5 hours, so. Just from my earliest observations, I feel like 90% of the road course challenges are all going to fall right around that 2.5 or 2 to 2.5 hour mark. There's a few that are going to be closer to the 3 hour mark, but most should settle in around 2.5 hours or so. It's kind of what makes it fun, though. It makes it challenging. It makes it enjoyable. And that's what we're all about. Enjoyable challenges, enjoyable commentary, enjoyable videos. I'm really just doing this for fun, guys. I like doing this. It's fun challenging myself. And I hope you guys are getting some laughs and some interesting feels out of it. Enjoying the challenge. This crazy guy doing 87 laps. What the? Okay. I don't know what that was about, but that was in fact a 2X. So that is strike one. Strike one here at Daytona International Speedway Moto Course. It was just a loss of control. I don't think I hit anything, but nevertheless, got to be a little bit more careful. So with that, I am going to leave you guys for a little bit. Focus on some laps, maybe stop talking for a little bit, so stuff like that does not happen. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this so far, leave a like, and be sure to hit that subscribe button. So go off track again. Yay! So thanks, guys. We'll catch up with you guys if I have anything interesting to say. Hey everybody, welcome back. So we just crossed the 1/4 mark by completing lap 22 here at the Daytona International Speedway Motocross course. It's been eventful. Had a couple of close calls with spinning the car out, but nothing as bad as what we did earlier. Right before the break, so we're still chugging along. Lap times have gotten pretty consistent. I've gotten more comfortable with getting the car on the track, and this is just a lot of fun right now because it's definitely like tough to wheel this thing, unlike the Jetta, which I did on the last road course challenge. So. It's definitely like a battle with the car every single lap, and it's kind of fun because it's like you really gotta just like be on top of it. You gotta be focusing, and you gotta like know how the car is gonna react based on your inputs going into the corner. And it is, I'm just not paying attention and doing that, but it's been really fun so far. Like I said, we're just kind of settling in. We just completed lap 22 of 87, so we've been going for about 40 minutes or so, and we still got a long ways to go. So, but we are getting there. We are, in fact, getting closer to the end. Every lap is one lap closer to the end. One lap closer to completing 87 laps on a very challenging setup right now. Like, not like car setup, but just on an unknown track with an unfamiliar car. It's kind of just made it more enjoyable, because I'm like, it's kind of funny because like I did enough laps to like familiarize myself with the track, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh yeah, I got this. It was kind of like, well, let's do this, but be careful. Be careful. And so obviously, you know, the first couple of laps, little risky, we made some mistakes, but I mean, since then, kind of calmed down, and you were just kind of settling in and running laps at this point. Every lap I complete, I'm getting more familiar with the track, more familiar with how the car is driving, and every lap is getting just a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. So, learning is the biggest focus of the Yakes87 World Tour, on top of the probably second to just having fun, but learning new things, learning new tricks, learning new tracks. That's what this is all about. So. That's all I wanted to say there. Just kind of give you guys a quick lap 22, 23, 1/4 mark update. And yeah, we're just going to keep going. Let me check here. We got about 30 laps till we're out of fuel. So we're definitely going to be pitting around lap 54, 53, somewhere around there, which will definitely be more than past halfway, which means this will just be a one-stop race. We'll get some fuel, we'll get some tires, and it'll take us to the end of the challenge. So, hope you guys are enjoying it so far. Like I said, leave a like if you are enjoying it, and be sure to subscribe. As I drive off the track talking about my subscriptions. Did not spin. Did not spin. Make a note, did not spin. Did drive off the track. But, anyway, do all that fun YouTube algorithm stuff. I appreciate it very much. Let me know what you think of the tour in the comments. And we'll probably catch up with you guys again at halfway. So, enjoy.
1 minute 44, 5, 6.
Hey everyone, how are you doing? So, we have officially reached the halfway mark on this challenge, which is awesome. We are halfway done. So, one of the biggest things I've noticed so far, now that we've reached halfway, is the first. Obviously, the first quarter had some issues there at the beginning, and then obviously when I chimed in for like the quarter review, there's a few more mistakes there, but I mean those are just minor mistakes. But I mean since then, I'm gonna knock on my desk real quick, but everything's been fine. I've definitely like settled in. Definitely have like a groove on the track, and I'm just basically just cranking these laps out left and right at this point. Not very fast, obviously. It's still taking us 1 minute and 44 seconds to get around the track, but we are halfway done with the challenge. And on top of that, very shortly, in about 11 laps or so, we're going to be looking at some pit stops. Now, this is pretty exciting because the last time we had to make a pit stop on the Yakes87 World Tour was way back at Sebring International Raceway. So We went like a couple of tracks and multiple configurations without needing to make a pit stop. So, it'll be the first challenge of the pit stop in about 6 events. So, adding a little bit of variety there, bringing back an extra little thing to spice up the event, and that is a pit stop. So, what's really cool is I wasn't really expecting this challenge on the Moto track to be like that cool. I thought it was going to be like just one of those challenges where it's just like, oh, this isn't really a good track. It's not going to be very fun. Nobody really races on it, or it's not really, nobody turns laps on it or anything like that, because it's like not meant for cars. It's meant for motorcycles. But I'll be honest, you know, my reaction so far after having completed 43 laps on this thing is quite the opposite. In fact, I'm loving this. This is a great track. This is such a fun track layout to turn laps on. And in some ways, I almost like this more than the standard Daytona road course, which is unbelievable. Like, this is fun. It's different, it's fun, it's enjoyable. And I'm honestly, like, legitimately having a blast right now running laps, now that I've kind of settled in, got this figured out, know what I'm doing in terms of getting around this track. It's so much fun, and it's just awesome. The one thing I did make a note of just like a couple laps ago before I like chimed in is I haven't run into any like cloud cover or anything like that. It's been pretty much clear skies so far for the entire challenge, which I find fascinating because I haven't had a challenge or a race session or anything like that since the update where there wasn't at least a cloud that passed through. Now obviously we're going to be doing this for about another hour and 10 minutes, so it's definitely possible that by then a cloud comes over and covers the track and kind of cools things off a little bit, and the track gets a little grippy for a little bit. But it also could not. I mean, as you can see, there's very scattered clouds in the sky right now, and we're having a blast. It's Daytona. It's a Moto track, which is definitely unique and different, and not something I've really seen scheduled. So, iRacing, put this on some schedules. This is awesome. Actually, don't do that. I don't know how it is about racing, but you know, turning laps on this thing is just a lot of fun. So, I don't know. That's what I got to say. Those are my halfway thoughts here at Daytona International Speedway. So, we're going to be making a pit stop in about 8, 9 laps. So, I'll catch up with you guys when we're closing in on the infamous pit stop here at the Moto track. So stay tuned. Hey guys, how's it going? We're on, it's lap 53 right now. We're going to be coming in just 2 laps. So right now we've got an estimated 2.7 laps of fuel. So we'll go around. If we get a 2-lap warning on the back stretch, then we're going to come in this lap. Otherwise, we're going to go around one more time and make our pit stop. Oh, there it is. So we're going to come in this time by, get those tires, top it off with fuel, and get ourselves ready for the final sprint to the finish. As you can see on my F1 box down there, last time around was my fastest lap so far with a 1:42.325. So you can definitely tell I'm getting comfortable, settling in, and just starting to crank some laps off left and right. So there's the visual proof if you were looking for it. Lap 52, fastest lap so far. And we're gonna mosey down pit road. And there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse of the pit stop. Those are always fun to edit. Everything goes super fast down pit road, changing tires, putting fuel in the car. Took forever to put fuel in the car, but comes with the territory, I guess. But anyway, so we're taking off again, lap 54. So we've got just 33 laps to go here at the Moto track at Daytona International Speedway. So I'm gonna get going and check in with you guys in about 12 laps or so. So I'm gonna go run some laps and let you guys know how I'm feeling. So stay tuned, enjoy the video. 1:42.335. Hello! Welcome back one more time, everybody. So, we have just completed lap 66, which is pretty much right around the 3/4 mark for this event. It's been unbelievably smooth sailing since the pit stop, guys. Like, I've been just cranking off laps left and right. As you can see, my last lap was a 42.356. I've had just so many laps, like in the 142 range, in the mid 143s, and so on. Whereas, like, earlier in the challenge, everything was like 44, 45. So definitely the pace has picked up, and it's just going up from there. So yeah, I'm having a blast here. Like, there's a lot of challenges that right when we get about 2 hours in, it's just like, okay, can we be done now? Can we move on to something else? I'm ready to go to bed or what have you. But, you know, we're 2 hours in and we're just cranking the laps along and having just an absolute blast doing it. I mean, this is, like I mentioned, this is completely the opposite of what I was expecting for the Daytona Moto track. I was not expecting this to be a fun challenge. I was expecting this to just kind of drag on and be one of those that, you know, we just complete and move on. But man, this is like a surprise gem on the tour, and that's awesome. Like, just think, I would not be having this much fun or even attempting to learn this track layout if it wasn't for me embarking on this tour. That, oh, this is just awesome, man. Like, I never would have thought that I would have this much fun turning laps on the Moto track at Daytona. Like, this is just cool. I don't know what else to say. I mean, other than, hey, if you guys are looking for something to do, load up the Moto track. Turn some laps on it, dude. Like, this is awesome. This is so much fun. Ooh. A little too aggressive there. But, this definitely secret gem track layout that I have found. This is just so much fun. I kind of want to I want to race on this now. Like, that'd be fun. Let's get a race going. I'm gonna make a note of this. Maybe looking for something to do. Just throw a race up. Let's see who wants to race on the Moto track. This is awesome. This is so much fun. I don't know if it's the car or the track or just how they pair together, but I can't believe how much fun I'm having turning the laps on this track. This is unbelievable. This is so much fun. So awesome. But yeah, I just want to let you guys know that I'm having so much fun. This is awesome. So I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am right now. But yeah, give the Moto track a chance. Like, load it up, run some laps. This thing is fun. This is fun. That's enough of that. We're heading up to the closing stretch here, and kind of glad it's going to be done. But more so, this is one of the few challenges I think I'm actually like upset that it's coming to an end. This is a lot of fun. I want more. Like, the Moto track. This is awesome. So, anyway, we're on lap 68, which means we have only 19 laps to go. So getting very, very close to the finale. So we'll catch up with you guys with just a couple laps to go and take you guys to the finish. So enjoy.
1 minute 41.652.
Hey, hey, how's it going, guys? Lap 84 here. Just a couple more to go, and we will be all done with the Moto track. I mean, since I got left, you guys, this is like, I say this every time, but like everything's getting so much faster. As you can see, I just now cranked off my fastest ever lap so far, a 1:44.08. I didn't even imagine I would get down into the 141s by the end of this, much less a 1:44.08. And that's the second 140 lap I have kicked off. So absolutely amazing speed right now. Just having tons of fun. I could probably do this for 100 laps if I really wanted to, but I'm on a time constraint right now. So just trying to get this done because got to get this video up by Thursday for you guys, and I can't wait for you guys to see that. Then we got just a couple laps to go, and we will be all done with the Moto track. I don't think this will be the last time I run laps on the Moto track. This has been just too much fun to not load this up again in the future and run some laps or go race on it or something. I mean, this is the definition of a hidden gem track layout. Something that I was definitely expecting to find along the tour with some tracks that I don't really run a whole lot, but definitely was not expecting it at a track I run all the time. I run a lot of Daytona races, whether it's the oval or the road course, but obviously I don't run the Moto track. This is the first time I've driven the Moto track, but you know, for a track that I'm so familiar with, to find, you know, one of the less used layouts just kind of lurking in the list, it just baffles me. Like, I don't know, it's different, it's cool, and it was just kind of hiding, waiting for me to find. So, oh, I'm just so thrilled right now. Like, if we're finding a hidden gem this quick in the tour, I can't wait to see what we find later on down the line. One of the tracks I have circled right now is possibly holding some hidden gems is Texas Motor Speedway. There's several short road courses within the infield of that racetrack, and I don't know, some of them may be hidden gems, they might not be, but that was the track I was expecting to find a hidden gem on, but I didn't think I would find it this soon here at Daytona. I don't know, I'm just caught off guard, kind of surprised, and just really happy. Like, it's a track I run a lot of laps on, and here we have, you know, one of the lesser used layouts on the track, and I'm just having so much fun with it. So you never know. That's like I said, that's one of the reasons I started the tour, was to maybe try some tracks or track layouts I don't usually get to turn some laps on, and just check them out and see how they are. I can't say anything bad about this. It's a very challenging layout for sure. But man, once I got this thing figured out, oh, this is so much fun. It's gonna be kind of unfortunate because I gotta do the actual road course next, and I don't know if that's gonna be as fun as this, because you know, the standard Daytona road course is pretty much just going to be status quo. You know, Daytona prototype, Daytona road course, like, yay, that's fun, I guess. But like, this is just, it's so different. I'm just like, yes, it's going to make the next one just so slow. I hope it's not, but just having so much fun on this one, I'm afraid that the next one I do is just going to kind of drag on and take forever and just not be as entertaining as we are now taking the white flag lap 87 at the Daytona International Speedway Moto course. So one more time around this amazing hidden gem of a racetrack. I'm just speechless right now. Like, I don't want this to end, but here we are, lap 87. So much fun. Another thing that, on top of it being like an unexpected gem, was this was actually, and I mentioned this in the Rallycross videos, that this was a track that, and car combination that genuinely had me concerned that I don't know if I'll be able to do the clean laps. I don't know if I'm going to have fun doing it. I just was afraid I was going to struggle, and Obviously, I struggled a little bit at the beginning, made a few errors, but you know, things kind of cleaned up, and we settled in. We got everything figured out, and it was just go time from like lap 25 onward, and you know, it was just pretty much mistake free. Got into the grass a little bit, but no spinning out, no hitting anything or anything like that. It was just go. It was awesome. But here we come out of turn number 4, across the line, checkered flag, 87 laps at the Moto track has been completed. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys go check out the Moto track, and we'll see you guys on the Daytona road course next time on the Yakes87 World Tour. Thanks for watching, everybody.